This is White versus the Sicilian, lesson 10, 1. This is the dragon variation. And this game is Fermion versus Blaise. So we have here e4, c5, knight f3, d6, d4, c takes d4, knight takes d4, knight f6, knight c3, g6, bishop e3, bishop g7, f3, castles, queen d2, knight c6, queenside castle, bishop d7. Black utilizes his queenside pieces as rapidly as possible, with a view to exploiting the open c file. g4, knight e5, king b1, rook c8. Now let's say that black had played b5. So now knight c takes b5. So knight c takes b5 is possible, or he can ignore the pawn offer with this move here of h4, followed by b4, knight d5, knight takes d5, e takes d5, queen a5, knight b3, queen c7, bishop e2, a5, h5, a4, knight d4, a3, b3, and the white attack will get in first. Rook c8, h4, queen a5. And for example, if h5, white can press onwards with g5, knight e8, f4, knight g4, bishop g1. So again, queen a5 and bishop e2. Now here there's also another variation which is not as good, of h5. Now this lets black unleash some heavy sacrifices. Knight takes f3. Knight takes f3. Rook takes c3. Queen takes c3. Queen takes c3. Bishop takes c3. Bishop takes g4. Bishop g2. Knight takes e4. Black has 3 pawns for a rook and the threat of a big fork on c3. Enough material? Who knows? But black is clearly having all the fun. Instead, we want to mate him without any fuss. Hence, the simple bishop development, which takes the sting out of any sacrifice. Bishop e2. Bishop e6. Now white had better be on his guard against the idea of rook takes c3, queen takes c3, queen takes a2 check. In at least 95% of cases, this type of exchange sacrifice, with a2 dropping while the queens remain on the board, proves excellent for black. Knight b3. The subtlety of a top grandmaster. Most of us would have broken up the black king side with a move like knight e6, knight takes e6, f takes e6, h5, etc. Or perhaps been tempted into an adventure with knight d5 at this point. but despite his aggressive intentions, Furman is for the moment willing to play quietly and restrain any possible counterattack. Note, this game ends with a flurry of pretty sacrifices, but don't be deluded into thinking that's all it takes to win a game of chess. Without the preliminary consolidating phase, there would not have been any fireworks. Knight b3, Queen c7. And if black instead had played bishop takes b3, c takes b3, not only is the white king safe inside a shell-like mass of pawns, but also he no longer has any worries about a black knight landing on c4, the weakest square on his queen side. h5. This is just the way we want it when we play against the dragon. Our own king is perfectly safe, and we are pushing the h-pawn at the black king. It's worth learning a little theory rather than making do with a move like 2 c3. b5. A rather despairing bid for counterplay on the queen side. Knight takes b5. The fact that white is now up a pawn is entirely irrelevant. What matters is that his opponent is deprived of a lever to disturb the white queen side with b5 to b4.